Simply taking a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First and 10, Bridgewater. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And he's going to have the about the 38. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue. So here's a first and 10 at the 30.
You heard me?
Hold up. My headphone tripped. Alright, what'd you say?
Who got Houston?
You know I got Houston.
Oh
yeah, good job.
This is going to be incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there to
same thing, baby.
Okay, you got
play there to force this completion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing
I'm watching y'all play this.
You have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
You need to learn how to play.
Battle going to be key. They didn't get one there. You get the feeling that plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams, they come in bunches.
I got you, man.
A deep throw there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after
You choke so fucking good.
From the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to air one.
You know where they're going.
What?
You know where they're going. One-on-one? Let's get it. You know where they're going.
A big play
Good
for the
though.
Saints on 3rd down. And even 40 yards.
They're one-on-one.
All the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15.
That's a good
7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Ah, fuck you.
The rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality and pound the rock.
Chase down left. A good decision in the end to pull it and run.
You better do that shit, boy.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there'll be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Now Bridgewater. Dancing to his pad. He is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. J.J. Watt in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Know what you're doing. Trying to settle for that run.
Down, Bridgewater.
Give me that shit.
It's intercepted at the goal line.
Give me that shit, boy. You ain't scoring. You ain't scoring.
Yeah, what I tell you here?
You ain't scoring.
They would have on. No, I'm talking about the other. You always throw interceptions in the red zone.
Get out of there. Damn, I hit square.
The throw on second is Watson. But able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Pickup of 11 and it turns into first down.
Ah! Oh, thank you, God.
The ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, we need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, here's Miller.
Come on, you got to get off him.
A couple up to the 22.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to push the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now,
Then.
the third and long at the outset of this drive. Play action for Miller. Now Watson out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back.
That's
This is taken in. It's complete.
I didn't need to
Finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A huge gain of 40 yards on the third down conversion.
That's how you play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down in.
No, you don't. I wasn't even using my players. I was using coach's players. I'm a balanced player, baby.
On first down, Watson.
Don't leave him now. Don't leave him over.
And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with second and a yard.
If you think you lonely now.
Game plan against this guy because
Ooh, you got to hit that hole, boy.
But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned.
That thing going to be pretty.
Really of how he can hurt you.
Ooh, that thing going to be pretty.
Watson off play
Right there.
action. Wide open receiver complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. From the red zone now, Watson. That's complete.
Come on, man.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down.
You weren't getting that, my boy. What?
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Out of the gun, Watson steps away. Hammering for the goal.
Yeah.
Say they have it, and they do.
Yeah, on it.
Like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it. I think ultimately you got to look at it.
Damn, but my mom was in the room talking to me. I could not focus
Getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about
on
it
my
anymore.
life.
Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12.
I might need to take my headset off.
Away from the end zone.
But they are tripping.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left.
Yes, sir.
Good rain, call.
Yes, sir.
He got a nigga here jumping the L.
And his guys will take over at the 25.
No flex zone.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have
Hey,
kids devoted
come on, man.
just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson.
That way on light right there.
The middle, that's caught by
They don't like them pads.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. Throw incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time the pass is thrown, right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Going again on 2nd and 10. Watson, flush to his right.
No!
Intercepted.
Hold the lie bit, bro.
And the return stops.
These niggas tripping.
While we have a second, Charles, the Patriots, of course, back in the Super Bowl, getting the 37-31 victory over KC in the AFC title game. Great game, but you know, the Patriots.
Nobody believes it.
Yeah, right. They're playing that underdog card, but I thought it was funny because after the game, they asked Tom Brady, "Were you guys just trying to use that for your own motivation?" He said, "No comment," because they were. They know they're not the underdog.
They know it, but when you've been that,
Man, get this little nigga.
You need something.
you've got to find something.
No
You've got to give him credit. Somehow he made his team buy that and believe in it when no one else in the country did. And I think it really started with their playoff game this year when the Chargers came to town. I know I picked the Chargers against them. A lot of people picked the Chargers. That as no one believes in us. Everyone thinks we're not as good. They were just wrong about that part, as we were wrong about the Chargers beating them.
I see. Good play, dude. Man, everything you did though.
Oh, that nigga so slow.
In the middle where you want to set up the screen. And then
I hate it, man.
By Kareem.
I don't throw the ball good like this. It's elite.
14-yard line.
Oh shit, that ball was on my ass.
Escaping the pressure right.
Yeah.
Forced out of bounds side of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a
I think 8.
loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
You play that dude, dude.
Watson gonna give this one to Miller.
Hopkins, boy, if you don't start blocking, boy.
The line of scrimmage.
You play that dude.
No, for real.
Minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to
Play that dude just like you playing him.
after this.
Dude be over here, bro.
I hear you.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
He threw that hoe so
Come
low.
on, that's a kid.
Incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to
We
bring
need kids, baby. See that.
they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hands on that one. Knocked it away. It brings up a 4th down decision.
fielded just inside the 30. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 50. Take over with a 1st and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Interception, just any interception. Are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Christian Covington. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Trying to lay one up deep. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. He'll return it from the 6. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Watson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, with that incompletion, let's look back, Charles, to the NFC title game. We had 2 excellent conference championship games, but on the NFC side, the Rams winning in overtime thanks to Greg Zuerlein. He had 2 huge kicks, but that was really overshadowed because afterwards, obviously, everyone talking about the no call. Yeah,
and we should be talking about Legatron. A 48-yarder to get them to overtime. The 57-yarder to win it in overtime. He should be the guy who should be exalted right now, but you're exactly right. Nikel Roby-Coleman's hit on Tommy Lee Lewis in regulation, when I saw it live, thought it was a bang-bang play. Turned out, it was definitely a missed call. Plus, they missed helmet-to-helmet contact on it as well. So if you're a Saints fan, you are very unexcited about the Rams advancing to the Super Bowl, but I still don't want pass interference to become a reviewable call. The game flow is paramount to me. Let's not slow it down any more than it already is.
Yeah, it could be a slippery slope, then you start doing it with everything, right?
Next thing you know, we'll be reviewing holding. And by the way, you can probably call holding just about every play in the NFL.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he's got it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Benjamin Watson in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Let's get out of there.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Richmond!
The final shot before the break. Watson rolling to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Forced out to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. First possession of the 3rd quarter and interception.
Not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Being chased out left. Now he'll throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 21. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Underneath for Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Space to run past the 20. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. A good pickup there, a 22.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left. Still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. From the gun, Bridgewater. And that is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Down, back 22.
From his goal line here, Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. They'll try to run for it with Miller. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth. They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On first down, it's Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Now Watson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's Bridgewater. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Howe. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Watson on third down. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Read the line. Read the line. Target, target, target.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Watson steps away to his left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw is Watson. Forced out to his left. And he rifles one incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense get after him one more time.
To throw on 3rd down. Watson flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These 2 teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. His throw caught right around the 6. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. And I'm going to keep firing. Being chased out left.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to... And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kiki QT, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
It's on me. Wait.
E.
What?
E.
What?
Hey, we going on Fortnite?
I'll go play here, then we get on.
Let's
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Hey, team, cuz. I'm gone.
You cheating yourself, son.
I'm gone.
Man. Playing the game.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara.
We got some boys to come hunt you.
Okay, bro.
My game been tripping too, boy. I'm here circling this nigga throwing it to square. Talking about throwing picks through the daylight, boy. It's alright though. Oh yeah, we got him. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It took me a long time to find that weak spot. Yeah. Yeah, we got him. We here, boy.
Yeah, you got him. I like that.
Oh yeah, we on that weak spot now, baby. I like that pressure. That shit coming. That old line suck.
We'll see if Bridgewater has a response.
Yeah, we gonna eat it. Well, he want to throw it off quick. Now look. Look at him.
Now they go straight.
We got them boys though. Come on, stay out there. Fall. No, I'm talking about fall, boy. Yeah. That saved you, boy.
Oh, that's gonna save you now.
That saved you. You not gonna make that first down.
Okay.
You not. It's not in your blood. You ain't cut like that.
Y'all talking a little dangerous in this mic. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell me stop talking, man.
See if you score.
Tell me stop talking, man.
Yeah. But you losing though.
Got the first.
He there. He's there. He's there.
You
You can't run from him. He's there. 90 is there.
I'm on here, bro.
So that run gets him about halfway.
Look at that. 90 is there, boy. 90 is
I
there.
like that. Okay, sir.
5 tackles. 90 is there. You been talking crap all game. That's all I've been hearing is head talking. You can't run the ball on me, bro.
This is a big.
Come on now, head. Where you at?
You don't run the ball.
Where you
can't run
at?
the ball.
Where you at? On the head. Where you at?
He'll look to throw.
We know what you doing.
Just inside the 10.
Oh, my yard then.
You do the screen 5 times out of 10 on the third down. It's noticeable. When your lineman not coming, cuz you throwing the screen, so I moved them down. They down. Tackle.
Alright.
Down. Likely the play of the game.
4th and 7. You can't do that stuff.
Quarter.
What you gonna do? Get him. Go get him. Look at that. Look at that. Well, I'm telling you, we are on you, boy. Yeah, like I said, we on you. Ball game. That's ball game. That's ball game.
Yeah, they done.
Told you, boy.
He's thrown.
You ain't telling me nothing.
That pressure.
You thought you can blow me up.
That pressure.
I don't know, sir.
Yeah, get that ass whoop though.
You know that.
Yeah, throw that hoe somewhere.
you put Tom, can't get it right. Go ahead, go look.
My boy took that L today. Ain't that right?
Damn, oh, yeah.
Ain't that right? It ain't no. I keep doing these stupid ass plays. Ooh, that would have been pretty. Ooh, that would have been pretty.
Come on.
I'm just blowing the game.
Come on.
Come out the race. Give me you a 10 now.
You give me a 10.
I ain't saying like that. Like I want to give you a chance. I'm saying I'm fucking myself up. So that means I'm giving you a chance. What, Brandon?
To see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw.
Oh!
The middle, that's caught by QT.
Oh!
The 20. 10 there, but it leaves him just short for fourth down.
Surrender
the football.
Yeah, you know, first down. First down.
Oh, they're going.
And I'm like, somewhere. I'm in a like somewhere.
I bet y'all want to do that though.
I'm in a like somewhere.
Head saying let's wrestle back. Oh my God.
Going deep for help.
Want to do that? I can't hit it. I did earlier yesterday.
That boy balling.
They're my dude. They're my team. I paid them on the game.
That boy balling.
Why you lying, bro?
Someone paid this team on the game.
You play with them, but that's not your team. Stop saying that's your team. That's just a team.
Oh!
What? No.
Oh!
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball.
One more chance, baby. Let's go.
For those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end
That
up
boy trying to go.
just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Flush to his right.
Oh, let's go!
Water.
You ready here? Hey,
What?
you ready, bitch?
Exploited it.
I don't know why you talking. You don't know you talking over man.
Trying to run it in with Miller.
Here you go doing all that talking about. We was at school, you just said we were gonna play, bro.
I run the big bet though, John.
Ball game.
You need to see that game.
Ball game. Ball game. 27.
That boy, he ain't know.
Want to take a picture of my nigga Eric and shit? Come on here. Let's take that picture. Let's take that picture.
You talking about 26.
Let's take that picture,
Oh,
JFO.
real with my nigga.
Let's take that picture.
I tell them niggas,
Shout out-
how long to these photos?
Shout out to my nigga Eric. They dub for my nigga Eric, cuz.
Turn back, Tom.
Nah, I wanna play you now. I wanna play you now.
He said run it back.
Bruh.
Yeah, run the back.
No,
I ain't gonna play
George.
with Houston this time. You can have Houston. I'm gonna give you the team you want.
Run the back, John.
There you go, man. But George,
I'm gonna play with a whole another team.
I tried to. George, I tried to run back with him last night. He said, "Oh, I'll run it back."
Here on EA.
But you ran back 2 times. You lost 2 times. Shut up.
Good night,
Why are you talking?
No,
got
no,
blocked.
I don't wanna hit it. I don't wanna hit it. I don't wanna hit it.
I know you don't.
I don't wanna hit none of that.
Who on the phone?
Man, but I ran back, John.
Okay, Eric. I mean, head, you got it. My thing was let me press pause. Alright, there you go.
Hey, I'm on the phone with my best friend, quote unquote. Bra and panties tonight.
I tell her, did she accept my friend request on that bitch?
But she don't play the game. Her brother be playing. She just hop on there when I'm on there.
I'm just saying, so we can play squad later.
She laying down.
Oh, it's over with.
Jordan. She try to play sleep.
Word from my mama, she wants to
Hey, Miss Cole.
How you doing?
Good.
Look, we need to make sure those shoes are real, because if it's not, we can go to Atlanta and get them shoes.
Okay. I gotta see then.
Yeah, we need to make sure, because you don't need to be spending $300 on no fake
True.
shoes.
That's true. I agree.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got John the
So, we need to make sure if they real. I'm going to try to see if Brandon's one of his parents advised can send us a picture of her son's shoes.
Okay.
And make sure.
Okay.
Okay, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright.
Yeah. Alright. I'm in the party. So just join the party. Eric and Head.
John Payne. You a drama game?
EA Sports coverage of the National Football takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in LA? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago.
This boy got the Patriots. I just realized that. I swear to God, Head, I just realized that. Damn.
You trying to get somebody there?
Hold up. I'm playing Eric.
Man, hell.
Head, I thought I was playing you.
What's this for?
No, you sent me the invite.
What? Head, send me an invite. I thought I was playing
Oh,
Head.
let's go, bro.
Head, send me an invite, dude. I thought I was
Don't
Don't quit, cause I'm dying.
playing Head. I thought I was playing Head, cuz.
Way to his left.
no point.
I swear I thought I was playing Head, but I swear to God. Ed, you is funny, dude.
Brandon got me.
Oh, no.
You talking about us?
Man, you was on the line. Hey, bro, come on, bro. You can't
But Eric is hilarious, but I swear to God.
You gonna play with your team? Who you gonna play with?
No, worry about yourself. So you did.
Come on. I got nothing.
I'm gonna go get my 25 pay on here, baby.
Hey, when you want to
I'm up right now. Where my 19 at? That's insane. No, you got damn, let me hold you. Kill that whole game.
Bro, I gotta call my new best friend. She Latina. Oh, she calling me. I'll call you back. I'm gonna call you back. You see you tomorrow, bro. No! What up, man, friend?
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Just a
Eat up, baby.
the lights, the cameras, the pyrotechnics. Everything was ablaze. Everything was.
I'm trying to talk to my best friend. I told you.
As Carolina emerged from their tunnel, and we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up.
She Latina.
Los Angeles Rams.
Go down, Joe. Get the ball.
Dang.
Zerline now. He'll hit the Niners to get us started. And off we go.
Boy, you crazy, boy. I'm gonna hang up before you go to sleep.
A yard deep.
I'm gonna hang up before you go to sleep.
And we'll take this up past the 20, down at the 22-yard line.
Hey, let me call this girl though. Huh? Go tell. Write it down. Send it to her. Damn.
Play fake here on first down.
Yeah.
Slip is incomplete.
We on them too, boy.
Why don't play on me? You think it's funny? So we can be best friends.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna chip it. Nigga, where your chip at?
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey.
But that's all he knows. That's all he knows. Screen. That's all he knows. Slip screen.
Being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Here's Newton. He's going to swing this deep downfield.
Hey!
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Newton again. He'll drop it up to McCaffrey, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football.
Yeah! Come here!
He'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th. I like his effort there. He got it done on his own.
Oh, I busted the drop.
We could beat like 10 feet. Hey, spin me. Hey, you rap me friendly.
They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right.
Okay, the place it.
No, I ain't a bit.
Fuck them ankles, nigga.
Damn.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders.
They want BID.
They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon.
Come here! Woohoo!
And down he goes. Matt Longacre coming on the block.
Hey, guys.
He gets him for a loss of 7.
Hold up.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield. It didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't.
Yeah, call timeout.
Absolutely, the one thing you cannot do.
Got nowhere from DB over.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yep.
They snap it to Newton.
What the?
Man, it's McCaffrey. He's got a first down and more.
What was that?
Finally down at the 21-yard line. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
How stupid
They'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short game.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz? The ability, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken.
Wanna do a bit.
But lame.
They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now. And they got to figure out how to stand back.
Run that big back, Turbo. Say it again, Ed.
Wanna do a bit, Turbo. Alright,
You better. Yeah, you know what's up, nigga. Better put some points on the board while you can.
3-yard attempt. And Gano's quick is right. And the Panthers take claim to a 3-0 lead. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment.
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. What did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Go off on first down.
What the?
Yeah.
The air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41.
Yeah.
How about the big boy snap?
Let's go.
See that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And the Reds got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So second, not to fall out of field goal range. Now Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing on third down, Newton. Rolling to his right. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. After the interception, here's Goff. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Well, partner, after the conference championship games, there was a lot of talk about the overtime rules, understandably so. Do you think that anything needs to be changed in the NFL overtime situation?
I don't think so. And you got to remember, I'm an old crooner, right? So here's the deal on it. The NFL jumped into popularity with an overtime game. The Baltimore Colts being the New York Giants. Back in, where was it, 1959, 58, 59? That's when the NFL really came into prominence. And it was sudden death. Alan Amici, the Colts got the ball. They scored. No one talked about anything, but boy, what an exciting.
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it.
Is going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
20.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Aaron Donald able to disrupt yet another pass play. His third sack of the afternoon. Here's Newton now on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On third down, Newton eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a fourth down situation.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
Here's Newton. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. A shotgun snap for Newton. Forced out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Matt Longacre in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. On second down, here's Newton. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on fourth down?
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Moore.
Jordan.
Hey, what, man?
Panthers add on to their
Oh, at least you know your damn name in Spanish.
down
I can't hear
conversion to
you,
the score and the defense. That is a
Oh, say your name in Spanish.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth?
Alright, what'd you say?
I said I was saying your name in Spanish.
What's going on here?
Jordan.
Fielded about a yard deep. Turn here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
No, I ain't gonna sound funny because how often to say it.
And it's been a miserable start for the offense.
Hold on, say it again.
2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know
Y'all almost done.
and know how you actually have to reach it.
Brato.
A little bit of humor, maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice?
Brato.
Here.
What up, Brato?
It has to be done.
Come on, duos with me.
7 yards. The
Who?
pitch on the pitch and catch.
Duos.
No, Brato. Me don't play that. Brato. That's your name in Spanish.
35. The
That I had this
there couldn't buy much space. Tackle made.
My friend teaching me Spanish.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that
Yes,
means
sir!
is his ability to read, react.
Gonna turn up with his ass head on my life.
He looked like one of
Gotta
those guys.
have him.
9 yards on the play and a first down.
Brandon, change your music. You still got the winter music?
No.
On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm finna eat with him.
On the midfield.
I'm finna eat with him at the gate.
There on first down, and it'll leave him with a
Yes.
second and 2. And that looks
You always
pretty
beat me.
easy yardage there, right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you
Yeah, man.
have to drop a shoulder or
Oh, let's go!
Inside the 5. A huge play that time for the Rams. 48 yards.
Pre-game meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right.
Oh, Lord.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. They'll try and push it in with Gurley.
Oh, my God. Who was that? Who was that just held them up, man?
Calling a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish?
They finna be easy money like crazy. Oh my God! He hit the damn ball. Damn, motherfucker.
Get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. To be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
And now the Rams are going to hold things as they want a timeout. And they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Second down, McCaffrey. They'll try to get forward. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain that time, but it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Getty.
Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's in the game.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one. They get set to take possession. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or do they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On first down, it's gone. Pass incomplete. Well, the upcoming Super Bowl, so many storylines, but one that obviously grabs you. Sean McVay just turned 33 January 24th, youngest coach ever to take a team to the Super Bowl. Double that age for Bill Belichick, who's 66. And, Charles, that's the largest gap between coaches in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, and when you think about it, obviously the age comes into play. But to me, it's more the experience. The number of times that the Patriots have gone to the Super Bowl with Belichick leading them versus Sean McVay's first time in the Super Bowl leading the Rams. Will that game experience come into play at all? But I do like this about Sean McVay. Raised in the game, raised up through the NFL system, no matter how young he might be. Remember, his grandfather was a head coach and a GM in the league. He gets it. He understands.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dontari Poe in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down.
4 now. 12.
They are going for it. Goff. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Looking for Woods that time.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Newton finding Funchess for the Panther 1st down. Now a 1st down throw for Newton. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Off play action, Newton. This is caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to...
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there, taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their 1st, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. So while we have a second.